Okay, we're recording. All right, well, thanks everyone for coming. We have, if you notice, we have some really cool pink breast cancer awareness month stuff set up. We're going to be decorating all of our offices. Homes and Land, they do their October issue and they send it out to multiple publications across the nation for breast cancer awareness. And our office put a full page breast cancer awareness month in. We're going to be having fact sheets at all of our offices for breast cancer awareness. And then we're also, and you guys can take yours today, going to be giving away in all of our offices these cute little ribbon pins for everyone. And then we also have these that are going to be hanging in the offices. And I have some here for you guys. You can dedicate it to somebody or write some like, you know, inspirational something on it, whatever you want to do. And these are going to be hanging in our offices too. So if your clients want to come in or, you know, and do one of these too, it's just something for us to show our support and for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we have a lot of really exciting things happening today. One, Homes and Land, and I put this picture on here. So as of October 1st, we are going to be taking over the Goodwin Street office. So with that, in their office, they've always gotten together and threw in money to do a page in Homes and Land with all the agents' information. So we wanted to keep that going for that office, and we also wanted to offer it to all of our executives within Northern Arizona or within Prescott. So we are going to be having you guys, you have to commit to, I think we're going to do like 6 months. We're still working out some details. I think it's going to be $30 a month, and you can feature one of your listings. If you do not have any listings and you're in it, you'll be as a buyer's agent in there too. So hopefully we have this page. We have our one page that we just advertise our business in, our company. And then hopefully we can get a few more pages with all of our agents and just create a really large presence in Homes and Land magazine for realty executives. I know Mary Jo and Annie also always have their 2 pages too. So really build up that brand awareness in Homes and Land for you guys. We'll have more details coming out with that. And now we have Adam Conroy with Cutco Closing Gifts. Adam was nice enough to sponsor our lunch as well. So we have sandwiches, chips, and everything in the back too for you guys. And we're gonna let Adam come up and tell us a little bit about Cutco. So.
All right. Sharp, shiny object incoming. Hope you guys brought your baseball now. You guys hear me okay? Well, thanks, Kayla, for the warm intro. I'm just recording this, by the way, for training purposes for some of my new team members. Do I have permission for that? Awesome. So first, I just wanted to start, before I go into anything, I just want to acknowledge each and one of you guys for being here. So a lot of things going on right now, and I just want to honor you guys for leveling up your business. And I think what I'm going to share today is going to help you guys keep your clients top of mind with you. And one thing I wanted to share, just to make sure you guys are paying attention, you know this cutting edge stuff when the nice guy starts your class. All kidding aside, I want to start with a personal story that just happened a few weeks back. One of my clients, Rhonda, she gives this set out to her clients. And a lot of things I hear all the time. I'm from Phoenix, and so originally from Chicago, but live in Phoenix. I hear this: we don't give gifts to our sellers since they're moving out of the area. And so Rhonda gives this to all of her closing, and the seller moved to Pennsylvania about 5-6 years ago. And then that seller bought again this year, moved back into the area, and bought from Rhonda. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with the stat. NAR states that less than 12% of the population typically uses their same realtor again. So Rhonda had to ask, just what made you come back to me? I haven't really kept in touch much. And the woman, quote, says, you were in my kitchen with me every single day, helping me prepare meals for my family. I could never forget you. And so that's what I'm here to talk about, is to make sure your clients stay your clients forever. And also make sure that you stay top of mind with every client that you work with. And every good realtor already knows this. By the way, it's common sense, right? The reason I say that is if your clients don't remember you, they can't use you again, they can't refer you. Last time I checked, the name of the game is repeat business, referral business. Yes or yes?
Yes.
And so every good realtor already knows this, that at every transaction at the end, it's really just that beginning of a lifelong relationship with a client. And with every transaction we do, we have an opportunity, and that's to brand ourselves. And what we find as a company doing this over 13 years is that usually falls along the wayside. And what am I talking about specifically? And that's with your closing gifts. And so shout out, I just want your participation. What comes to mind when you give a gift? What are some of the common gifts that are given? Gift card, yes. What else? Flowers, plants.
Doormats.
Yep. I've even seen a puppy, believe it or not.
What's the name of that agent? I'm looking to buy.
Yeah, right. Probably a poodle, right? The point is, you guys tell me, what happens to most gifts like that? Gift cards, baskets, bottles of wine. What happens over 36, 48 months from now? What tends to happen? They're consumed, right? The client gets it, they like it, they eat it, drink it, spend it. Hopefully it doesn't die, you know, the puppy. It's here today, gone tomorrow. And so what we find is that a lot of agents love the gift that they're giving, it just doesn't serve the client long term. Then there's the other 10% of gifts that are long term. They're metal signs, they're door knockers, clocks, and paintings, and they're great. They just kind of sit there over time and collect dust, so they don't get used a whole lot. And so here's the solution that we came up with, and that is we brand you forever. And what do I mean by forever? Who here is familiar with Cutco knives? Awesome. Curious, how long have you had your Cutco knives?
I've known about it probably since 2000.
Okay. Does anyone here have Cutco by chance? Oh,
I do now.
yes, you do. I had to give her a band-aid. So the reason I ask is the average client that has Cutcos had them at least 10 years. We've been around since 1949. So if you're not familiar, we're like the Rolls-Royce Bentley of kitchen knives. Super high quality, most comparable to like Snap-on tools, so they're guaranteed forever. And they're 100% American made, my favorite part. And so what do? We take that opportunity to brand you and we engrave your info just like that. Your tagline, name and number, logo, and we brand you forever in the client's kitchen. Some cool taglines are like realtor for life, you know, never a dull moment working with you, stop cutting my commission. All in all, so we brand you. And so every business that's successful, you need a system in place. And so that's what we do to help you. Now, does anyone know the IRS tax deduction legal limit, like you're allowed to spend for a closing gift?
400.
$25 per client, 50 if it's a couple. And that hasn't been changed since 1950. The IRS hasn't changed anything. And so with our gifts, it's 100% tax deductible no matter how much you spend. As long as it has your advertising on it, it's a promotional advertising expense. You can write off 100%. Now, going back to the system in place, really simple. We order you a supply of gifts up front, and then we just bill you over 6 to 12 months. That's even with your cash flow, easy on the money, easy on you. You don't have to think. And what I mean by that is you're not like last minute hoping that the client doesn't drink and give them a bottle of wine, you know, wondering if they're allergic, trying to put a gift basket last minute together. So we order you the supply up front, and then we just bill you. Now, if you have 12 transactions, we just order you at the 12 gift level, and you get a discount based on how many gifts you're getting. All in all, it's a system that's going to keep you top of mind because clients will ask, where did you get that white handle knife? where'd you get that red handle knife, which is over there? And that starts conversation because they go, oh yeah, my realtor Adam helped me out with this property. And then friends and family see it and they ask about it. And then you might have that client that asked about the knife be like, oh yeah, who was that guy we were talking about 5 months ago? And my daughter's looking to list her property, or she's in the market, and boom, you get that referral. All because that conversation was sparked. And so all in all, guys, I'm gonna wrap up by passing around the gifts. And they are super sharp. I'm smiling because we are the sharpest knife in the world. And here's what I want to do. Is you guys are all business owners in this room, right? And you guys all probably have a business card. And so if you have interest in our program, what I want you guys to do is just take the card that you have and just put it in the lid as it goes around. And again, if you have interest in our program, want to know pricing, I'll be hanging out at the meeting as well. And the card, if you don't have one, a $100 bill with your name and number works perfect. Just kidding. There's a notebook or a notepad. You can put your info down if you want more info. What I'm going to do as I wrap up here is I'm going to do a special for this class. We got a good group here. I'm going to do the first 3 people that come see me after the meeting, just the first 3 that come see me after the meeting. I'm going to buy you a Cutco item for your kitchen because God knows you need a good knife right now, especially with all the cooking going on. So again, the first 3 people that come see me after the meeting, you'll get a discount on your engraved order, and then I will buy you a Cutco knife for your kitchen. All in all, guys, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'll be sticking around if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. And that is what I have. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Okay, so this is super exciting announcement. Since we took over as Realty Executives Arizona Territory, we have been, sorry guys, we've been looking into different local charities. Realty Executives in Tucson has always used or been affiliated with Ronald McDonald's Foundation. And we came in, it was very important for me that we had a local charity to support. So all of our agents gave us some really great recommendations, and we looked into all of them, and we talked to a lot of our agents, and we really, we settled on Yavapai Casa for Kids Foundation. So we're so excited to be working in partners with Yavapai Casa for Kids, and we have 3 representatives from Yavapai Casa Foundation here, and they're going to tell us a little bit about the foundation, what they support, and then maybe I'll talk a little bit later on how we're going to be supporting them on our end too. So thank you guys for being here.
Awesome, yeah. So hi everybody, I'm Barb. I work with Yavapai Casa for Kids Foundation. And to begin, I just want to thank you all so much for choosing us as your charitable organization. All of your support and givings will go directly towards meeting the unmet needs of foster youth here in Yavapai County. So we're really grateful for the opportunity, and we can't wait to see where this partnership goes in the future. So to begin, I want to tell you a little bit more about what a CASA is. And that is a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA, a CASA. And it's exactly what it sounds like. They are unpaid volunteers that advocate for foster youth. They're all over the nation, but here in Yavapai County, we're especially lucky because we have such incredible CASAs here. And they advocate for the foster youth. Sometimes they're the only person who is consistent in the foster child's life. And when we saw a need here in 2001, our founder, Barbara Polk, saw a need for that in Yavapai County. She got that charter. And then in 2003, we officially got our 501c3 nonprofit status. Fast forward 17 years, here we are today. And now we sponsor 7 incredible programs, all focused on, again, meeting those unmet needs from infancy to the age out of 18. Excuse me. And so what I'm here to do is tell you a little bit more about those programs, about our foundation, and some exciting projects and events we have coming up. So to begin, one of my very favorite projects that we do is the Grants for Kids. And what that is we have the opportunity to give items to foster youth that are not funded from any other source. And these things can be like prom dresses, sports registration, family vacation, clubs, lessons, anything that maybe in more of a stable environment, you would probably just go to your parents or guardians and ask for. But in foster homes, that's not always the case. You know, you don't have the funding, or if you're in a group home, there's not somebody advocating for you like that. So they write it to us and we either like approve or deny the grant request. And just to give you some numbers, in 2020, we plan on giving $75,000 worth of these grants out for kids in Yavapai County, which is really incredible. That's awesome. Yeah. And then another one of the programs that I really like is our clothing initiatives program. And there's actually two prongs to this, the emergency funding and the supplemental. And I'll go into a little bit of the emergency. So when a child is removed from the home, oftentimes all they have are the clothes on their back and a small trash bag. And so when this need was recognized, we give out different increments of emergency clothing cards to DCS, Department of Child Services, and they take the kid, the foster youth who's just been removed or moved placements, to go shopping for some necessities. And somebody explained it to me like this one time. Imagine if you went to a hotel and they didn't clean it and you had to use everything that the person before you had. So clothing, bedding, soap, toothbrush, everything like that. And that's really uncomfortable for everybody, let alone a young person whose life has just been like turned upside down. And then the second prong of that is our supplemental clothing program. And so what that is every year the state of Arizona only gives foster youth $100 or $150. $150 every year to foster youth in the state. Now, when you're trying to buy clothes for people that they're not going to fit in 6 months or they get worn out or anything like that, $150 doesn't go very far. So what we did is we do twice a year, we give out supplemental clothing cards to every foster child in Yavapai County, and they can go and shop for themselves for clothes that make them feel powerful, make them feel safe, make them feel comfortable. And I really like this because it's not like a clothing drive, because again, they can go and pick out their own things and they can have that pride in, this is mine, these are my clothes, I'm the only person who's ever worn these. And that feels good for everybody, especially a child who might not have anything. That might be their only possession. And then the final program I want to tell you guys a little bit more about is our Keys to Success. And this program is really designed to help the kids who are aging out of the foster care system. I feel like they're often kind of left behind in the system and in people's minds. So what this is, we fund this program, and it's actually run through Arizona Friends of Foster Care. And it is to help kids who are aging out make education goals, career goals, life goals, and they have to actually stick with them. You know, it's when you're held, when you have to do something. I don't remember the word. Sorry. What?
No, just held accountable.
Yes, held accountable, exactly. So they're held accountable for all of these things. And it's really powerful because, you know, they're given that equity and they're given the chance to move forward in life in a time where maybe they would have just been kind of left behind. So we help them write resumes, we help them obtain and retain a job. You know, we do interview skills, phone etiquette, so that you're not doing like the classic, like, hey, what's up? This is so-and-so. If anybody even leaves voicemails anymore, I don't know. But so that's a really awesome program. And again, pointed at that population that oftentimes does get kind of left behind and forgotten. And then the next thing I want to talk about is both a project and a program. And we're really, really excited to share this with you guys because it has taken years for this to come to fruition. And that is our Family Visitation Center. And it's going to be in Prescott Valley. We're in the process of actually getting it built. It's almost so close to being done. And we're really excited about that. Because when a child is removed from the home, oftentimes, if it's safe, the main goal is reunification. But in order to have that reunification, you have to have those conversations. You have to have that emotional and physical intimacy that needs to be had. And when you're in a McDonald's lobby, that's just not a place that's safe and comfortable. And I've talked to Casas, and they've said too, family visitations are awkward sometimes. They're kind of stiff. And so when you're not in a safe and comfortable place, it can be just the exact opposite of what those visitations are supposed to be. So we're really excited about that. And when we get that open, of course, we'll relay all that information to you guys. And hopefully we can have a grand opening with, you know, limitations, but we're really excited. And then the final thing, I'm almost done, is our 6th annual Costumes for Kids 5K Fun Run. And what that is, it's going to be virtual this year, and it takes place on October 25th. And it's actually the only event we've been able to host this year because of COVID. And so we're really excited because it's a chance for us to engage with the community, for the community to engage with us. And I wanted it to be different than other virtual events in the fact that it's not just come and run, you get your medal, bye, have a good day. No, we're gonna have like a get together at the beginning, a little Zoom meeting where we all stretch and dance if you'd like, and show our costumes and have fun, and then everybody will run the race or walk or however you wanna do it. And then we will have a costume contest that's open for every age range from young to middle-aged to old people. It doesn't matter, everybody's welcome. And then, I was careful not to look at anybody. I'm just kidding. And then at the closing ceremony, it'll just be like a really nice place for us to get together, show hopefully a slideshow of all the photos that people submit, and a time for sponsors to speak, and for us to have closing remarks. So I only spoke about a couple of our programs today. We also do a bunch of other things. We engage with the community, and you can find those in the pamphlets. But if you have any questions, I'm here. Yvonne is our board president, and Melissa's in the back here. She is our board secretary. And so, like I said, I'm Barb, and if you have any questions, please ask me. We are so grateful for this opportunity, and we can't wait to see where this partnership goes.
Yay! Thank you. Okay, so for starters, in all of your guys' commission instructions in SkySlope, we're gonna have a tab to where when you fill out your commission instructions, you'll be able to donate whatever amount you'd like, 5, 10, 20,000, you know, on those big ones. So that'll be in every one of your closings. You guys will be able to give back to the charity that way in your closings, as well as what we're gonna do for the fun run, because it's their first thing and us getting started. We have this amazing room set up for Zoom. And so if anyone would like to, there's the instructions to get signed up and pay to get in the race. And with your children or however you guys want to, we can do the Zoom in here, and we can even create our little run, like as a company, whoever would like to do it, and all of us get in our costumes and stuff. So I'm gonna be participating, and I would love to see some of you guys participate with us too. So, so we can really kick off our support to Yavapai Casa. So yeah, all right. Moving right along. All right, so what's coming up? We're gonna kind of fly through some of this. September 29th, later in the meeting, we're gonna have a little change to showing time. With that being said, September 29th at 10 a.m. in here, I'm gonna be doing the training for that. I'll also be recording it and putting it on our YouTube channel. But if anyone that needs a little bit more hands-on help with that, I'll be in here live 10 a.m. September 29th. November 2nd through the 6th is the NAR, the Women's Council of Realtors Conference. It's virtual. It was supposed to be in New Orleans, but now it's virtual. If you already are a member of WCR, it's $149, or if you haven't become a member of the Women's Council of Realtors yet, it's $200 to join, and you get this whole conference for free. Now, if you join now through October 31st, I actually am now the events director on the board for Women's Council of Realtors. So you're probably going to see me advertising the council a lot. They do a lot for us. They provide a ton of education, and there's a lot of benefits to you guys too. So I'll keep you guys up to date on all of that as well. Hands-on deep dive into hiring crime agent to automate your business. So September, we had a lot of stuff happening. We had CE, we had this meeting, so we only have had 2 so far. We're going to continue with that. We're really just diving into your contacts, your CRM, your website, marketing. We're just going into everything that Prime Agent supplies for you, and then really making it how you operate it in your business. Not just showing you how to do it, but really showing you how to structure all of that in your business and apply it. Bring your lunch for that. And then, as always, last Thursday of the month is our executives meeting. And now, Mr. John Clark, do you have anything for us today?
I do.
Cool. Come on up, Mr. John Clark.
This isn't all that, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I've had several calls with the escalation clauses coming in, offers on their listings. And it seems like everybody is trying to use an escalation clause. So it does create some issues for listing agents and their sellers trying to figure out what to do. And the more offers you get, you know, it makes it even more confusing. But the issue is a lot of these offers, if they don't seem to be proper or they're not that good on offers, they can just be rejected. That's what seems to be the problem with agents thinking that they have to deal with all those offers, which they don't. You can reject as many of those as you want, or you can take 4 offers and just deal with 2 offers. And in a multiple offer situation where we both have escalation clauses, you may just want to go back with highest and best and get rid of that escalation clause. And that can be helpful. Yes, Jenny.
Can you just tell me real quick what an escalation clause is?
That's where in the offer, it offers a certain price plus $100 or $1,000 over anybody else's offer. So when those offers come in and there's several escalation clauses, it can be very confusing to an agent if they're not used to dealing with it. And I just suggest you call me at any time that you're dealing with those. I've been talking to agents here recently on how to deal with it and how to talk to the sellers about it. And I think agents feel like they have to respond to everything, and they don't. Some of these offers aren't worth responding to. So anytime you have an issue, just call me and we'll discuss it and see how the best way to go with it. One thing I've noticed with septic systems, if you deal with them very often, in your offers, I suggest that you include functional with concerns being taken care of by the seller, because the septic addendum and the report, it says it's functional, but it has issues. So the seller is not required to fix that. And that seems to be an argument issue where you could ask for it in the contract ahead of time that they'll pay up to 1% fixing those concerns. And that will eliminate any argument over whether they have to do it or not, because it seems to be something agents love to argue over. And so if we can just put that in the contract and the seller agrees to it, there's no issue. All I have.
Would you word that again? That clause, that clause is already in there.
But not with concerns. There's a 1% requirement that they've agreed to pay to fix the septic system if it's failed or it's failing. But when the report comes back that the system is operational but has concerns that may come as an issue later on, then the seller is only required to pay up to 1% for a failed system. So a lot of buyers have issue with the statement that it has concerns. And so we have to go back and renegotiate. And the way to avoid that is to include that in your original offer.
And how would you word that?
the report coming back stating that there are operational issues with concerns. Seller agrees to pay up to 1%
Gotcha.
to correct it. Any other questions?
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
This probably isn't the form, but I want to go over this Venture advisory thing that came out. But this might not be the form.
Yeah, we can talk about that maybe after the meeting. That's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's a long-winded conversation, I feel like.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So we have know your numbers, what's happening in August. You guys all have your market report. We're probably going to, I have all of those for you guys to look at. So those are just for the Prescott MLS. If you guys ever want me to pull different reports or searches like that are maybe a little bit more for certain area codes that you're farming or anything, just let me know. Just you can shoot me an email and tell me kind of the search parameters for a market report that you would like, and I'm always more than happy to pull that for you. So, single family residential, 86305, last 12 months, anything like that you'd like for listings or for sales, I'm more than happy to pull those reports for you too. Does anyone have anything to speak on that report or? Oh, yep.
Inventory sucks.
You're here.
You know that.
Yeah. Okay, office updates. So we have a change in showing time. There's several changes, and part of that is with the Goodwin Street office. We're taking as a brokerage, Mary Jo and Annie had that as a satellite office for years, and as of October 1st, the company is going to be taking that office over. With that comes Jenny is going to be the front reception for the Goodwin office. Mac is actually going to be heading to Texas as of the 31st of this month to go live with her sister. So we are losing Mac, unfortunately, but Jenny's that's going to be her new home. Shay and Irene are going to be splitting the downstairs shifts in that office. Another change, we are going to only be open now Monday through Friday. So really the Gurley Street office, weekends are super slow and we've been staffing that, and we have availability for showing or a floor time in every one of our offices. So if you ever would like to keep an office open on the weekend and would like to sit floor, that's always available for you. Crystal is sending out all of those floor time schedules. So with Goodwin Street, there's also going to be an opportunity to sit floor time now at Goodwin. We are allowing agents that rent space in there. They will have first opportunity, the same as Prescott Lakes, the same as Gurley, to fill out their times. And then we're going to be allowing some floor time left for the rest of the company. So it's really first come, first serve. We're going to try being very consistent about what date and time that email is going out, so everybody knows exactly when that calendar hits, so they can get in and pick their floor time. So more details. That opportunity for floor time at Goodwin isn't going to be until November. So we're just really making sure that we have the right procedure that we want for floor time that's very functional before we open that up. So that'll be for all offices. So now with showing time, really our weekend staff that was here on the weekends, they would do the showing time and they would answer the phones and direct the calls. One of the great things about showing time is how quickly you can get that showing time, that request confirmed or canceled. When I think having one of our office staff answer it, it really takes away from us even paying for showing time. It's kind of like we're doing what we used to do before showing time, but we're paying for showing time. So we've now gotten to the, we're going to be using the showing time answering service, and we're going to be training you guys on how everybody else is using showing time, I guess we could say that. There's a lot of benefits for you guys. You're going to be able to get in and, you know, if a weekend one of your clients is out of town or doesn't want showings, you guys are now going to be able to be trained. It's super simple program, and it actually logs. It's right on your, when you're inputting into MLS, there's a little showing time button. After you input your listing, you click showing time and you add all those instructions. All the instructions you guys have been giving to Jenny, those are the same things that you just fill out right there, and then it's done. And then you now also know how to switch your stuff too. So it's going to be better. It's not going to be a higher risk of having the wrong information. Just when you start changing hands and information so many times, some things, you know, can get mixed up. You'll still have the option to have your client called. If you do have those clients that would prefer a phone call rather than a text, I always push my clients to do the text because I can send immediately when somebody requests a showing. I have it go out to both of my clients, or one, or, you know, married couple, single, and then I have it go to myself as well. And the reason I do that is if they haven't, if I see it come through and they haven't, then I don't get the confirmation, I know that I should probably call my client because they haven't confirmed that yet. When you have somebody answering that phone and trying to do that, a lot of times, you know, they're not getting confirmed, or they're not getting a hold of somebody, and it just takes a lot of time for the buyer's agent who's really trying to get their showings set up. So that is the 29th training. I'm going to get in and I'm going to show you guys how to upload, put your showing schedule in, showing time schedule in, how to do all that, how to change it. And then also, I don't know who was all using the remarks from the showings and having that. You can set up your own questions and have that going out to the buyer's agents and then coming back to you, and how you can set it up to automatically go directly to your sellers as soon as that the remarks come back in. So we're going to really do a deep dive into showing time to make sure that all of us are getting the most out of that program, which hasn't really been utilized in the company for a long time. So it's a really cool program. We talked about new office hours. Whoops, daisy. Do not call list. So we put out an email that I know everybody reads as soon as they come out. We put an email out on the do not call list. There's a lot of things happening around the country right now with this do not call list. A lot of lawyers and attorneys are really trying to make a buck on suing real estate offices for having their agents call on the people on the do not call list. I think it really became a problem with those automated, you know, teams that are doing all the robo calls and stuff. However, independent agents are still making those calls too. So there's a few places where you can find our do not call list. Oops, holy moly. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, so if you go into your Prime agent, and this is your as soon as you log in, this is your dashboard. If you scroll down on the dashboard, off to the left, you have do not call list info. Click, what? Oh, saw my presentation. There we go. Okay, so right here, Prime Agent, this is your dashboard. As soon as you log in, you're gonna go to the scroll down bottom left. You'll have the click here to submit do not call. So this is if you have called somebody and they asked you, please put me on the do not call, or don't ever call me again, or whatever nice way that they usually tell you to not call them again. All you need to do here is click here, and then all you need is their phone number. So you're just gonna put their phone number in. And we are logging these internally. So we're keeping track too. We don't want any of our agents here to have that happen and then another agent call them too, because, you know, Mr. Clark has a lot better things to do than talk to the consumer about our agents calling when they've asked them not to. So, and then click here to view the realty executives. There was on a territory do not call. So these are all of our agents. These are all the numbers that our agents have submitted. It's an Excel form. So you can just search via the phone number. If you have a few numbers to call, you can go in and search and make sure that those are not on our list. Also, the second place you can find, if you go up to your brokerage, mine looks a little different because I'm in the admin, and then information and documents. And then you're going to scroll down to broker's office information, and then do not call information. Right here, we have all of this great information that Mark Shen has put together for you guys, explaining the do not call list, as well as we have all the information for the national do not call registry. On here, if you click on that, being a part of the NAR, I think you can register up to like 5 zip codes for free, that they will send you those as well for those zip codes. So this is really important, you guys. There's so many cases that are opening across the country. Keller Williams International has a huge lawsuit going against them, as well as several other brokerages. And there was cases being built right now in Arizona too. So we don't want, as a company, to end up on this list, and you sure don't want to be the name that's tied to any of those calls for those complaints. So this has been around for a very long time, but nobody's paid attention to it, and we better start paying attention to it now, unfortunately. So it's a couple extra steps in our lead generation in our business, but it's protecting your business and protecting your company. So, all right, any questions on that? New, okay. Stop. You guys see the behind the scenes? Okay, where are we at? All right. So I don't know, has anyone registered with Inman? Have an Inman account? It's pretty cool. It's like $25 a month or something. And Inman Connect, they have a ton of like training and just like really cool information about the industry. So I was reading some of those things, and I don't know who's heard, but Zillow now is realtors. So they now, they just released it yesterday. So now they're hiring licensed agents, and they don't need us to get our listings anymore. So they're going to be, as of 2021, they're going to be able to have the IDX that we have on our website just filtered right in. So whether we check that little share box for our listings or not, they're getting all of the same stuff we have. If you're a Premier agent and you subscribe as a Premier agent to them, you're still going to be, as of now, still going to be getting your leads. I think there's going to be something different with their, what do they call their premiered or featured listings. I think those are going to be going more to their iBuyers program. As of right now, Zillow's saying that they're just going to be sticking to their iBuyer brokerage, and that's what all this is for. And they're still going to be giving leads out and stuff. But you know, everything changes really quickly, so we never know. The good news is we've seen a ton of changes happen in this industry. I remember when Zillow started and everybody was freaked out that nobody's going to need a buyer's agent anymore because now they can find their own houses, right? And it totally changed our business. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but being a buyer's agent now is awesome when your clients call and they say, I want to see this house, and this house, right? That's kind of cool. So it shifted how we do business, but it didn't stop us from doing business. And we still, you know, we have our clients, and it actually gave us a lot of benefit. So I think this is just going to be the same. There might be some shifts. And I think the main thing is shifting how we're doing business, how we're, you know, operating with the consumer. This was Google search results for 1 month. And this was a few months ago. When people searched real estate, there was only 450 searches when typed in for real estate on Google. Realtor, 4,090,000, and Zillow search, 16,600,000. That's pretty crazy, right? So what can you do? Optimize your business to the consumer. Spend time on your bio. You want to make sure that you guys are out there. You have the consumer has a really clear image of your business, how you do business. Bulk up your reviews, add your reviews, your bio, photos to all the platforms, Zillow, Prime Agent, email, YouTube, Instagram. We have to get better at marketing ourselves. We have to get better at branding ourselves because Zillow's doing one heck of a good job at branding themselves. We need to start building our business, building our relationships. So the one thing that Zillow will never be able to do is have those face-to-face relationships that we're able to, right, in our personal markets. So I think my personal opinion is the way that we don't worry about what Zillow's doing and we use them to our benefit is we build those relationships that Zillow can't. A part of that is these Prime Agent classes that we're doing, operating your CRM, getting more face-to-face, getting more human, more often. It's kind of interesting that higher technology is forcing us to be more in person with people, right? We kind of went first to like super high tech and now we're progressing to those handshakes and getting face-to-face with people and building those relationships. So, and sometimes right now in COVID, that's by video, you know, that's going through your CRM or past clients and do a video of yourself just saying, hi, you know, I was just thinking about you, instead of like a handwritten note and text that video to them. Like, that's kind of cool. They can hear your voice, they can see a smile, making sure, you know, you guys are okay. Just start building those relationships again. So when those people are thinking about buying or selling, they're not one of those 16 million searches on Google. They're just calling you because you guys have been top of mind to them. Yeah? We're all on board? Yeah. Okay. Trivia for cool stuff with Kayla. What do you know, bro? All right. So we are going to do I got umbrellas because perfect timing. We missed the rain. Put it right again. All right. We're going to do a Prescott history trivia. Ready? Hey, what is the approximate elevation of Prescott?
5,300.
That's pretty darn close. 5367. You a big one or a small one?
I have one, but I'll take it.
All right. These are great. If you guys have them, give them to your client. Is that right? Yeah. Prescott was founded in the year.
64.
Yeah. Did you say 61 too? Okay. Same time. Okay, good, Jody. Thanks, boss. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, last one.
Okay. This is a two-part question, and you have to get both parts. Raise your hand instead of blurting out the answer. Isn't that cool? That's like one of my favorite yeah, isn't that like Mexican hat? Is it called Little Thumb View?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so what city did we move to as the territorial capital and what year? So after Prescott was the territorial capital, it moved where for a short time in what year? What year?
576.
Ooh, I'm gonna give that to you. 1867 through 1877. It moved to Tucson, and then the territorial capital came back to Prescott, and then it got switched to Phoenix. So, okay. What date and year, month, day, year was the Whiskey Row fire? The downtown Whiskey Row fire. What?
What day, month, year?
Day, month, year. Nope.
July 1st.
Nope.
February 1899.
No. Okay. July 14th, 1990.
What?
Oh, 1890. Sorry.
When the
I was thinking 1900.
When the whiskey roll burned down?
Yeah,
What's it?
it's in 1990. Or not 1990, 1900.
No, 1900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. All right, last question. What was the #1 industry for growth in the early 20th century in Prescott? Nope.
Yeah.
What kind of mining?
Convert.
I would.
All right.
Look how I'm treated.
All right, so September 29th, be here for the showing time training. And then every Thursday this month, 11 o'clock, you can bring your lunch in. We're going to be doing the Prime Agent on your business training. Bring your laptop, super hands-on.
Well, I wanted to go back to the 4-time and talk about agents who sign up and don't show up.
Okay.
What kind of policy does the company have to handle that kind of a circumstance?
Yep, I'll come back to that. I just want to cancel this recording. So thank you to Adam with Cutco for sponsoring our lunch and being here. He is going to be hanging out for you guys to go talk to and get your free knife by signing up, the first 3 people. We also, on this email with the recorded video, we'll put all of your contact information in as well. Thank you, Yavapai Casa Foundation, for joining us. And we're really excited to support the foster youth in Yavapai County. There's such a huge need. So it's very near and dear to my heart as well. So thank you, everybody. And
Trivia question, what realty exempt agent sold the Palace Bar?
Robert Rook. What do I get?
What?
All right.
1840?